we will discuss placebo, which is part 3. Today, it's a series. We will recap what we have talked about in part 1 and 2 briefly, so that you can connect the part 3 better. We talked about placebo, what it is, from theoretical, technical point of view. Placebo, it's nothing but something that is in your favor, something that is making you feel positive because you know that it is for you. Something which has no therapeutic value, but it gives you positive expectation of an outcome. So you will get your desired, whatever you are looking for benefit, doesn't matter if it is mental, emotional, physical health, or any result you're trying to look for, whether it is your academic, personal life, relationship. All you do is take anything as placebo. It could be a sugar pill, saline water, surgery, and it could be just simple thing, your day-to-day thing. It could be your pen, your any particular dress. If you consider that as your placebo, it will give you positive impact. Similarly, be aware, the reverse of that is nocebo. That means if any of such thing has a negative association in your brain, that whenever I use this, I always get negative results, or it doesn't go good with me, then you will get negative impact on your emotions, health, feelings. Why? Because your brain has the network which says every time I do this, I get negative results. So this way we have to be careful of nocebo. That means if you have any such thing, reverse it, at least get rid of it. And having placebo can really help you in achieving things in life, making your life more blissful, beautiful. Now, different research have proven this point. So it's not just theoretical thing. Different number of people from some 30, 50 range to all the way 600, 800, close to 1,000 people in the trial. From some couple of days to weeks, all the way up to 30 years. So these studies, which is such a wide range, high number of participants, high number of years as duration, have really shown this, that how people live longer if they are optimist versus if they are pessimist, how they live healthier if they are optimist versus if a person is pessimist. So attitude has more influence on your health than your lifestyle choices. For sure, you can be careful about the sugar, what you eat, and how much you eat, and your body weight, and all those kind of things. But remember, attitude has bigger impact. That means you have to be concerned about the attitude. You cannot just ignore it. For anything to become your placebo, there are 3 steps. First is conditioning, then expectation, and then assigning a meaning. And here, when you do something over and over, conditioning takes place. If you take a particular pill for anything, simple thing as headache, you take aspirin, then you know that, okay, whenever I take this particular shape, size, color of the pill, my headache goes away. Next time, if anyone gives you something which looks like that, the shape, size, and all, and you think that it is the same medicine, say aspirin in the example, and you will say, yeah, and you will see your headache gone, even if it is just a sugar pill. Why? Your brain is conditioned. So it becomes your placebo. After that, expectation, like in this previous example, expectation was whenever I take this medicine, my headache goes away. That's your expectation. If it is a new thing, or you have just started recently and someone says, hey, this is from a very big institute, or it's a very costly thing, your expectation is, okay, this is an extremely costly medicine, that means it must be extremely good. So your higher expectation from it work towards your result. And then assigning a meaning, right? It should be a clear meaning, whatever you have, whether it is some clear hope, intention, or your elevated emotion. So once you link, if someone says, yes, what you are doing is a part of your job, it will have direct impact on your health, as if you are going to gym for an exercise, like we talked about the example of housemaids in a hotel changing and cleaning the rooms, and they were told that, okay, this is same as you go to gym. So the group which were told this is same as you go to gym, they had a good impact on the BMI and muscles and everything, versus the others who were not. So if we have these three things, conditioning, assigning meaning with positive outcome, you will see a great impact. Now the question comes that how do we change side? You want to change yourself, whatever you are, to new self. Now this change is sometimes very tricky, very tough. And we say, humans are resistant to change. But remember, three things: your body, your environment, and time. Your body will pull you down. Even if it is a simple thing as waking up early in the morning, the body will say, yeah, give me 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes, right? So those kind of things you have to overcome. You have to be aware, and then you make your choices that will ensure that, you are, the body is not the boss, you are the boss. And then the environment around you, we always kind of, make as an excuse that what can I do? My colleagues, my neighbors, my relations, all the relatives and all and whatnot. So weather, traffic, relatives, people, they will remain who they are. It is you have to, raise above that level, and you have to do things which are, in spite of having the same constraint, you do differently. And then time, something happened 10 years ago and you are still negative, you are still kind of upset or angry about it. You have to let go, you have to forgive and move on. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, you cannot expect a different result. So to change, whether it is your habit, whether it is your attitude, anything, you have to remember this. So let's continue our journey of placebo and see the inner and outer world. What does that mean? So, you should have some intention for some future outcome, right? You are expecting something. And there are two things involved, because there is one inner world and then outer world. So your thoughts, that's part of your inner world. But then there's environment, there are people involved, and all those, that's part of the outer world. What you have to see is, can you see the future event in the present moment? That means, if you recall, before meditation, we spend 1 minute at least. That's what I highly recommend. And in the guided part also, I do that. Imagine that your affirmation has come true. This is exactly this. So you are imagining in the present moment that something has already happened. So what happens in this case? Your brain is thinking that it has already happened. Brain cannot differentiate, is this your just imagination or this has already happened? So it starts giving new signals to your genes. You can influence your gene. That means you can influence your DNA. And what happens? You are creating new future. So you see, your inner world is influencing your outer world. That means two steps. First, it doesn't let your outer world dictate your future. Second, your inner world is changing your outer world. Why? Because now it is drawing event in your life which will impact depending on your affirmation. You can ask whatever you want. So now your outer world, you are able to change. That means you are creating your future, your destiny. A part of this is this mental rehearsal. It's easy to say that, imagine for a minute that your, whatever the affirmation is, that has come true. But you have to practice doing that, because you are first imagining that it has happened. And then second, you are feeling that elevated emotion, which is linked to that affirmation. Now, you have to imagine, that means you should be able to do that effectively and without any hesitation. If your thoughts are all negative and they are pulling you back, that no, how is that possible? My knees is still, paining badly. I cannot walk. How can I imagine I'm going for running, jogging, tracking, any of such thing? So here there is a conflict. You are trying to think you are healthy. In this example, say there is no knee pain, and you are going for tracking or jogging. That means you can only do that when there is no knee pain. But your physical existence, which has the pain, is overpowering and saying, no, how can that be? I have pain right now. So that is where this imagination is coming into play. You are mentally reviewing the future, means you are already in the future state where there is no pain, and hence you can jog, hence you can, whether tracking, whatever you may imagine, which reflects that you are healthy. So remember, you have to overcome by not getting stuck in your present moment, but in the future. So you have to, because everything is happening mentally. These are just your thoughts. That whatever that time factor you take next week, next month, next year, doesn't matter. You are in a future state where you are saying, I'm healthy, I'm going for running, jogging, because you're not saying, I do not have my knee pain, because that's the reverse, that you'll get stuck with the pain. So you are focusing on a new experience sometime in future. Doesn't matter that future is a day, a week, or a year in the future, but what's important is you are able to imagine and feel it. And that's what this mental rehearsal is. That means you are initially may not be able to, but keep doing it. If you're taking a medicine, don't get stuck on the side effects. Imagine everything is good. Yes, if you have to sometime, you may be taking medicine if possible. Of course, we plan not to get into such situation, but life is, in the real life, sometimes you may have to, but at least imagine the future part. No side effect, nothing. But if you keep thinking about side effect, it will give you a negative thing. You are thinking you are normal, there is no issue, healthy, you are doing something which is only possible when there is no side effect, for example, then you have overcome that topic. So that is what is mental rehearsal means. So what are you doing by doing all this? You are becoming your own placebo. So your thoughts and intention, you're kind of, marrying them. That means you are going in the same direction, going together. It's not like your intention is, I'm, healthy, no knee pain, but your thoughts are saying, no, you know what, my pain, my knee is, is such in a bad shape. How can, I think I don't have. No, you have to overcome. You're becoming your own placebo. You're focusing on the future event. It's a new state. So it doesn't matter today, you may have some financial issue and you may say, oh, I'm lacking this, lacking that. How can I even dream of new state where there is no such thing? Well, that's what you have to do. Till the time we are stuck in the current present moment, you will have that only, that energy, that frequency. So what you're doing, you're becoming your own placebo. You are focusing on the future event where there is no such thing, no, that problem is gone. So you're focused on some state where there is no such problem existing anymore. And then you draw that event in your life by becoming your own placebo. So just by thoughts alone, you are changing your body, and hence you're changing your future. Because your thoughts goes in your brain, and that's where they bring other neurons and make a network. So based on the network, based on this whole process, the body will release different hormones. Based on the hormones, they will give a signal to the genes, because hormones are basically messengers. They will signal to different cells of different part of your body, different organs. And what they will do? They will regulate. They will activate the cell, means your DNA, to message to tell them, do this or don't do that. And based on the message, DNA, our genes, their job is to produce different kind of proteins. Different cells require different proteins. My eye cell, my hair, my skin cell, heart cell, muscle, bone, they all are made up of different types of proteins. So those proteins are made by this DNA depending on the signal. And that is your expression of life. And that it's resulting in the health. So your thoughts directly getting into your health through all these different steps. And that is why thoughts are so important. So one question may come that, will it work for me? Maybe it worked for my friend or somebody in the book or video you saw, but may not work for me. It is possible. It works for someone, but not for the other person. Why is it so? Because suggestibility is not easy. Like we just talked about, you have to imagine a future state where you do not have that problem. That's not that easy. That's why we said rehearse. If you don't rehearse and you give up in the first time, second time, placebo may not work for you. But you have nothing to lose. It is such an easy thing, rehearse. You're not in front of a stage where 1,000 people are there and you're afraid of. It's just you and you. So all you have to do is keep working on your thinking. Keep working on how you feel. These new thoughts, doesn't matter how impossible they seem like, but continue working with them. Let them drive new feelings. These new thoughts over the period will drive, new neurons, new network, and it will help you in becoming what you want to be. That means, changing, crossing that river we talked about. Suggestibility, as we work, it will take you from one side to the other of the river, or it will take you where you want to be, and then you'll be able to draw that event in your life. Now, why suggestibility is that tough? So, suggestibility is linked to our conscious and subconscious mind. If you cannot even imagine being in a state where you want to be, suppose you're not getting good grades, good marks, and you have to imagine that I'm topping the class, I'm the topper in terms of your institute, or in terms of the marks, I'm getting so much. If you're always getting 60, you can't even imagine that you are getting 90 plus. Well, then you will not reach there. So you have to imagine. Emotionally, when you're imagining, you have to have that feeling, that emotion, that how do you feel when you get 90? You have to feel exactly like that. Then only you can get to your subconscious mind where these old habits are formed. If you keep thinking about, I cannot, I can't, I will never be, whether it is marks, whether it is something else, then you will never be. But if every day you are thinking, yes, I'm getting 90, I'm, among the top 3, top 5, whatever you want in my institute, in my class, or in my cohort, then you will see totally different results. So suggestibility means accepting and then getting into your subconscious mind. So same thing, but you have to do 3 critical things here to get into your subconscious mind. You have to accept, then believe, surrender. These are the 3 steps, how to get into that suggestibility mode. If you understand, then practice will be easy. If you can understand and practice, doing it will be easy. You don't have to go to any college or institute. So what is accept? Just simply understanding it is important. Whatever you are doing, you are changing your internal state. So you're not influencing someone else, you own. Just like in meditation, slowing down the brain waves, influencing our internal state. So you have to accept before you get into this meditation process. So that in meditation, when you go into subconscious mind, they can change, they can reprogram your genes. And then when you are in that state, feel that elevated emotion, that I'm already there. I already have this, just like affirmation. So you have to accept and then get into this meditation or meditative state. You have to believe. That's the second thing. You understand the process, accept it, but then after over and over, develop that trust and then believe. Understand, no problem. But once you have understood, don't doubt it. You should know what the process is, why you are doing, because you have understood how. If you doubt, if you go back and forth, you're doing something, but you're also saying, I don't know, it will work or not. I'm not sure it will help me or it will work in my case or not. Then the belief is not there. Whenever in doubt, your energy is totally different than when you have the firm belief. And that is why it is so important. Once you have understood the theory, you have developed the belief, all you have to do is surrender. Surrender means don't question it will happen or not, when it will happen. No, just surrender means continue the process, keep doing it. Don't worry when it will come, how it will come, from which direction. That's not your part. Just trust, and trust the process. And you have to maintain the new status, not just during meditation, but throughout the day. It's no good that in 1 hour meditation, you do everything right, and remaining 23 hours, you are again doubting. Oh, my meditation was good, I have this, that, but I don't know whether in real life I will get it or not. So surrender does not mean only during meditation. You have to continue that positive state throughout the day. Now, don't worry if the first day, first week, you have an issue. It will come, but surrender. If first day, first week, after meditation in a couple of hours, you go back to your negative thought, that's okay, give some time. In another couple of weeks, in a month or so, you will develop that capability where you stay in the positive state for extended period after the meditation. And eventually you will go where throughout the day, you are maintaining your positive thoughts. That's all. Don't fight with the negative thought, slowly, because the more you try to push, the more they try to overpower you. So these are the 3 steps to get to the other side. Accept it, develop the belief, and then surrender, and keep repeating the process, means keep doing the process. This is the key step in really becoming your own placebo, in achieving whatever you want, and truly becoming a supernatural, superhuman, that you can get whatever you want. So masters, next session, we will continue this journey of placebo.